There's a lot of horrific things about new Republican House Speaker Mike Johnson, or as Matt Gaetz called him, MAGA Mike. But a disturbing clip from 2016 emerged this week following yet another uniquely American tragedy in which Mike Johnson actually blamed the teaching of evolution to kids in school as the reason why we have so darn many shootings here in the United States. This clip was unearthed by Midas Touch, and this is what Johnson had to say. This was, again, 2016. He was delivering a sermon for some reason. But anyway, this was at the Preserving Liberty at Christian Center Shreveport in 2016, promoting his legal ministry, whatever the hell that is. He says, quote, "And people say, how can a young person go into their schoolhouse and open fire on their classmates? Because we've taught a whole generation, a couple generations now of Americans, that there's no right or wrong, that it's about survival of the fittest, and you evolve from the primordial slime. Why is that life of any sacred value? Because there's nobody sacred to whom it's owed. None of this should surprise us." So it's because kids are being taught about evolution that apparently nobody has any morals. And without morals, everybody just grabs a gun and goes start shooting everybody, right? I mean, that's the way he described it 7 years ago. That's not the problem. And then, of course, this week, in an interview with Sean Hannity after he was elected speaker, Johnson goes out there and says, the problem is people's hearts. It's their hearts, he says. It's not the guns. No, God, no, it's not the guns. No, don't blame those things. It's the hearts. And then, of course, he followed that up by saying, now is not the time to talk about legislation on gun control. The same thing. It's as predictable as thoughts and prayers from Republicans. First it's thoughts and prayers, then it's now is not the time. So when is the time? When we're averaging one mass event every day in this country, when is the time? Because the killings aren't going to stop. It's not our hearts. It's not the teaching of evolution. Hell, it's not even mental illness. And you know why I can say those things as a matter of fact? Because every other country on the planet has those things. You know what they don't have? Daily mass shootings. So what's the common denominator here? Is it that Americans are just inherently that much more evil? Nope. It's guns. Literally the only common denominator in every single mass shooting is guns. Not necessarily the type of gun, but that a gun was used. Guns. Easy access to guns. The prevalence of guns. Our gun culture, our worship of guns is what does this. It's not always somebody who's mentally ill. It's not always somebody suffering from PTSD. It's not always somebody who's just filled with hate in their heart. It's the guns. Evil people, bad people, immoral people exist in every country on the planet. But we're the only country that experiences this on a regular basis. And it's because of the guns. So for all of you Second Amendment, flag-waving Americans out there, do me a favor tonight. When you put your kids to bed, don't hug your kid. Go hug your gun. Because you've made the choice that gun is more important than the life of that child. So don't hug your child. Don't tell your child, I love you, good night. You go say it to your gun. Because that is clearly the thing that is far more important to you than the life of that child or somebody else's child or somebody else's mother or father or spouse. You care more about those guns. So go lay in bed with your gun. Go hug your gun. Tell your gun how much you love it. Because you've made your choice. And all this blood, this daily blood, it is on your hands. Hey everyone, this is Aspen. And did you know that for the low cost of $0 per day, you can subscribe to the Fair and Balanced YouTube channel? We also encourage you to like, comment, and share. But again, click that subscribe button and help Aspen. Oh, not be so grumpy.